up, movie crew? So today, I am going to show off everything I watched during the month of January. Now, I do want to apologize, I did not do a December what I watched video. By the time I had a day to actually record everything that I was going to show off, we were already halfway through January. So, didn't get to do that. I also want to point out that today I am not putting these in order on which day I watched them. With my what I watched for February, I will be doing that. So without further ado, let's get into this. Bone Collector with Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie. I got this in one of my groove hauls. I remember liking this movie a lot more the first time I watched it. Not a bad movie, but definitely mid-tier for Denzel. American Psycho. I'm going to be honest, I bought this because the steelbook looked amazing. For anyone that has not seen this recently. So when I first watched this back in the day, I was very disturbed. And apparently I now have a disturbing sense of humor because I was laughing while I was watching this. Akira. As an anime fan, I should be telling everyone this is the greatest movie ever, and most anime fans will tell you it's the greatest movie ever. I enjoy it, it's good, but I can't call it my favorite. And to anyone that's a huge fan of late 90s, early 2000s sci-fi stuff, watch this. Even if you're not an anime fan, this inspired your favorite sci-fi movie of the late 90s, early 2000s. Come at me, I dare you. Alright, so these two I'm going to show off together. So, earlier this month, we had two legends celebrate their birthdays. John Carpenter and David Lynch. So I was like, you know what? I didn't post anything on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter for these two legends having their birthdays a couple days apart. So I'm going to do a double feature tonight. And I watched Elephant Man and They Live on the same night. I want to point out both of these movies are incredible. I do not recommend them as a double feature though. Kin. I got this one because the steelbook was extremely cheap. It was one of those cases where buying this with another one, which I bought with Uncle Drew, ended up making it cheaper than what you can normally get it for. Great movie up until the end. The ending ruined this movie for me. I don't know what else to really say on that one, but not something I'm going to be rewatching. The Irishman. Scorsese is the man. Let's just get that out of the way now. However, 3.5 hours long. It did not need to be 3.5 hours long. Freaks. I picked this one up at Big Lots. Quite a few people were saying how good it was. It's even got the certified fresh from Rotten Tomatoes. I gotta say, it is a good movie, but I think a lot of people hyped it up a little too much for me, so when I went into it, I was thinking I'm gonna be amazed. And it's a good indie sci-fi film. But I think it was a little overhyped for me. The Boy Next Door, one of the many appearances that Blumhouse will be making in this list. Not bad. Blue Streak. I picked this up at a pawn shop for $1. And I gotta say, Love the movie. I wish I would have looked and saw that there was indeed a Blu-ray release. Great movie. Love it. Martin Lawrence was awesome in this. Eight Mile. Another one of my Groove Hall pickups. Still a good movie. I enjoyed it. What else can I really say on it? Lock. I picked this one up because it was part of a buy two get one, I believe, on Amazon. And I've got to say, Tom Hardy stole the show on this one. And obviously he was going to, because he's really the only actor in the movie. I think you get like a glimpse of one or two people at the beginning and one or two at the end. But for the most part, it's just him. And for an hour and a half, he owns it. Sticking with A24, I mentioned this one when I was showing this off in my A24 collection, Midsommar. This movie's not for everyone. I remember not wanting to watch it at first because it's made from the same guy who made Hereditary, and I did not like Hereditary, but this movie was great. I need to pick up the director's cut. Blues Brothers and Blues Brothers 2000. I picked up Blues Brothers Steelbook from FYE when they were going out of business. I got this for like $7. I got this off of Groove. It was part of their 3 for $15.99 deal. This is a classic. You cannot touch this one. This is not a bad follow-up to the movie, but I do get why people don't like this one as much as the original. Lego Movie and Lego Movie 2, the second part. Alright, so I bought this one because it was $1 at Dollar Tree, and it has the slip. Not every day you can get a $1 movie at Dollar Tree with the slip, especially something that's fairly well known like the Lego Movie. So I was like, you know what, it's $1, I'm going to pick it up. A couple days later, I found this over at Big Lots for $5. This movie it's not bad. The rewatch value's not quite there though. I did not care about this movie whatsoever, and I was so happy when it finally finished up. Superman and Lois, Season 1. If you don't know, I am a huge DC Comics fan. This is one of the shows that premiered its newest season earlier this month, so I went back and rewatched Season 1. Little insider thing for this one. So, Superman and Lois got a series order, meaning they didn't have to do a pilot. The CW just went on ahead and said, here's your show. I was like, awesome. And right before they did their premiere, the CW ordered 2 more episodes. So this was originally supposed to be 13 episodes, and it ended up being 15. I do want to say episodes 14 and 15 are good. And 15 does kind of link up to what we're getting right now in Season 2. But it's very obvious when you watch episode 13, that was meant to be the season finale. There's a lot of closure in that episode. It's like, oh, wait a minute, here's 2 more episodes. CW, y'all should have thought about that. And also to any Superman fan, this is an amazing show. If you're not watching it, I question how much you are truly a Superman fan. Yes, I stand behind that. Unthinkable. I showed this off in my FYE's closing haul. I got this for like $3. It's alright. This is one of those ones where it's kind of teaching you a lesson at the end. And it's one of those, I'm not sure how I fully feel about it. Like, it makes sense, but at the same time as a movie, there's still supposed to be an entertainment value there. And I'm not sure where I put this at. That being said, every actor and actress in this movie did their thing. Hancock. I rewatched this one when I just needed something for background noise. This movie is still pretty good. The biggest issue I had is it does kind of drastically change from comedy to drama real quick. But overall, I still like this movie. Otis. I picked this one up at Dollar General back before Christmas. I think it was $2.95 or $3.95, something like that. One of those dark humor movies. I enjoyed it. Also, do want to give everyone the heads up, this movie is not for everyone. The Haunting. The original movie is a classic. The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix. I'm about halfway through it. That show sends chills down my spine. This movie put me to sleep. I don't know how so many good actors and actresses in one movie together put together such a snooze fest. I don't know what else to say other than Shirley Jackson would be ashamed of all of you. Bloodfest, another movie I picked up at Dollar General. Very entertaining. I did not realize it when I was watching. I was like, the lead actor looks very familiar. And then I was like, wait a minute. That's Peter Pan from Once Upon a Time. Did not notice it right away. I enjoyed this movie. It has some really weird spots. Again, me having a dark sense of humor. This is definitely for people with a dark sense of humor. The 4 Scream movies. And for anyone wondering, yes, I have 4 on DVD because I cannot find a decent copy on Blu-ray. If anyone can find one, message me on Instagram. Anyway, I will have my ranking video and my review for the newest movie in a pinned comment down below. Most of you already know what I thought of these. But I did have to rewatch all 4 of these to get ready for the new movie, which I loved. Mitchell's versus the Machines. This was a blind buy for me. I picked it up because it was at Walmart. They don't normally have Blu-rays on their shelf like that. This was the only place I managed to find the Blu-ray. And from the people that brought you Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. That is one of my favorite superhero movies. So, of course, I had to check this out. Good movie. Could have been a little shorter, though. Just my personal opinion. It is right around 2 hours. They could have easily made this like an hour 10, hour 15. Well, maybe not that far. Maybe hour and a half to hour 40. Just my personal opinion. But great movie, and I definitely recommend anyone that's got a family. Good family movie. Now let's get to some of them Blumhouse movies I was telling y'all about. Ma. This is a twisted movie. I was saying 3 letters multiple times throughout this. WTF. Overall, solid movie. But not for everyone. Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to you. Alright, so let me just get out of the way. Both these movies are not bad. I do hope that they get to make a 3rd movie because I know that the director had plans for a 3rd movie, but the 2nd movie underperformed. Solid movie, and I'm about to say something that's going to probably upset some of you. I have seen so many tributes, homages, parodies to Groundhog Day to the point where I am desensitized to the concept. So while this was good, and shout out to Christopher Landon for being able to do a solid PG-13 horror film, I'm over Groundhog Day. And I'm saying this, and this video is probably going to go up on Groundhog Day. Happy Death Day to you. Not bad. That's all I got. And yes, I am most likely going to get the 4K releases when they come out later this year. So I did not realize this when I bought this movie. I did not realize this is made by the same guy who made Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You, as well as another horror comedy that I really enjoyed, Freaky. And that is Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. I loved this movie. I rewatched it 2 different times after watching it for the first time. Definitely a movie I recommend checking out. Event Horizon. Great movie. I don't know why it underperformed like it did back when it was first released. Solid movie. More people should put some respect on this. Arizona. This movie was weird. I don't know what else to say beyond that, but it was a weird movie. Ants. Again, a movie I got in one of my groove hauls. Not bad. I've got to say, I definitely prefer some of the other DreamWorks movies over this one. But I'm glad to have this one in the collection. Probably not the best thing to end off with, but when I was grabbing my stacks, these two just happened to be on the bottom, so that's why they are last. Get Smart. And Bruce and Lois Get Smart Out of Control. Got this for $1 at my Dollar Tree haul. Got this one for $1 at a random place that I went to. This one's alright. It was cool seeing The Rock in a villainous role because he doesn't really do that anymore and he kind of pretty much plays the same character in all his movies. Yes, I just went there with that. I bought this because I have that one. It was $1. It was alright. I don't know what else to really say beyond that. But when I counted up, I believe that was 32 movies and 1 TV show. I do want to point out that I did stream The Fallout. I will have that in the pinned comment down below. I did go see Scream in theaters, and I am currently watching Peacemaker on HBO Max. But those don't have physical releases, so that's why you got everything over here. But more importantly, what did you watch in the month of January? And as always, if you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. You like what you see, leave a thumbs up. Comment down below what you saw in the month of January. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all for watching and tune in next time.